Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of The Strength of Thousands Adventure Path here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. We are joined tonight by our cast, by our GM Matt, and by two more familiars for Avi Avi. But yeah, with that, Matt, I'll let you take over and do your thing.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 2 of The Strength of Thousands Kindled Magic. Last week, our players got their very first taste of life at the Magambia with an interesting kind of interview/magic test where they were given various tasks and were challenged to find creative solutions. And then they popped over to the dorms to get a brief introduction to some of their flatmates, I suppose you could say, or I don't know what you call people who live in the same dormitory. Neighbors, I guess. Yeah. They explored the campus just a little bit, and today we might be getting into some actual schoolwork, so to speak.
And that's very good to hear. And Matt, who are our players for this game?
Well, we have McKenna playing Avi Avi, I believe. We have PJ playing Benji. We have Zoe playing Ophelia. And we have Will playing a frog.
Ribbit, Caro.
I'm joking. He has a name, and it is Igura.
Perfect. And Matt,
with his summon Gamma.
Yeah. Matt, what are some of the other shows here on our? What is some of our other shows here on the channel that people can check out?
Well, on Wednesdays we have the League of Extraordinary Adventures.
Amazing adventures.
Next week it'll be Exemplary. Where I get to play, and McKenna is a player, and Will DMs with two other people. I think just two. Yeah.
Three.
The three. My head is
Cooper,
numbers.
Shy, Abby.
Yes, of course, Abby. Glamorous Abby. And then on Friday, Will runs a D&D 5e game with McKenna and a few others. I believe that is called The Calling Chronicle, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And then on the weekends, Will has kind of a rotating number of shows where he plays different games, and sometimes we have a bit of a talk show on Saturday nights where we discuss either anime or Pathfinder-related subjects,
or
whatever
RPG stuff.
Yeah, or whatever.
If
whatever
you missed this week, Matt and I did a review of the Secrets of Magic book. So be sure to go check out that VOD if that's something that interests you.
It was an interesting discussion. We went over some of the new spells, the new classes. We talked about, in a kind of a crunchy way, how we thought they would actually work and how you might want to play them, whether or not they were the best for new players. It was a fun discussion.
Yeah. But I think that's all of our announcements. So let us roll that intro and get right into the game.
No, though I did steal the hairstyle.
Yes, and we are back.
Welcome back.
So, Matt, we are in our dorms. We have claimed our rooms. Chat, I'll just pop over to the map so you can see it.
When last we left our students, they had been given a little stipend from the guy who runs the campus store. a a diligent kobold by the name of Zokan. A little curmudgeon-y, but he seemed helpful. He'd also given them a little batch of clay to roll up and then return to him as a interesting little tradition of some sort. You guys return to your dorm rooms, avoiding going drunk with power over the bit of gold you got.
Very narrowly.
And as you guys are kind of settling in and getting your stuff unpacked and everything, Essie, who's the one who met you out front and seems to be the most helpful and possibly studious person in the dorm, she kind of pops her head into or knocks on your door. Hi. And just asks you guys to meet her all in the common room briefly before you head to bed that night. And once you're all assembled, she just kind of reminds you about something you had heard about regarding the Magambia, that one of the conditions to acceptance into the Magambia is that students, especially the more junior ones, are expected to perform their, I'm always going to be trouble pronouncing this, perquisite, a period of public service to the school and to the people living around it. To help you settle into these responsibilities, the senior initiates in the dorm, Essie among them, is going to spend around 5 days giving you guys tasks for the perquisites. And then on the 6th day, you'll be introduced to the teachers, and so you can start attending classes after that.
Nice.
The tasks are specifically designed to help kind of teach you guys skills and magic important to each of the 5 branches: the Rain Scribes, the Tempest Sun Mages, the Cascade Bearers, Sun Bros, the Emerald Bows, and the Uzunjutai. There was a little resistance, she says, but I did manage to enforce upon the rest of the senior initiates here in the dorm that this is something expected of them. If any of them actually show up, I will certainly be taking notes. Because, it's important to stick to your duties here. Don't want to slack on your studies, resulting in, an accident on an adventure that might get you killed or worse, expelled. So, anyway, welcome to the Sunspire dorm. We're all very glad to have you here. Some may be not as good at showing it, but I look forward to working with you. For your first task tomorrow, please meet me out front, maybe an hour after sunrise, and we'll get started. Again, welcome. Have a lovely night. If you need anything, my door is always metaphorically open. Often it will be closed and locked because I'm studying, but please feel free to knock.
Huh. What type of magic? What's your specialty?
Oh, I'm doing but very much a generalist study, though I should actually check what one she's actually in. You know what? She can talk to you about that later.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give this thing, I have some studying to get back to. So
that's fair. I just like to know what people like to do. It's just something fun.
Read, mostly.
I have some books for you then.
Sounds great. Well, anyway, good night. So you guys are kind of just left assembled in the common room as she somewhat power walks back to her room.
I like her.
That common room is A2, right?
Yes, where you guys sort of are right now a lot. It's the with the nice suns on the floor and all the big couches. I'm also noticing that this building seems to be sort of open air because none of the external exit ways or entryways have doors.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Let's kind of look over everyone. So, you guys heading to bed?
She just as a thing, I just made sure to look this up because I wanted to be sure. She is actually studying to be in the Tempest Sun Mages.
Sun bro.
Yes. She has some very interesting classroom advantages, but that will come up later. So yeah, you guys are left to your own devices, though the sun has very much gone down by this point, and the sounds of the dorm are quieting down. It's up to you guys. What do you want to do? If I don't know how tired you are from your trip.
All right. Well, let's try not to burn down this place of residence tonight, eh?
Was that a potential pastime?
I mean, no. It's just from on the way here, the murder hotel.
Yeah.
Right, we're gonna talk about that one.
I don't know. I don't remember any murder hotel. I just remember there were some people who needed help, and then no, it wasn't a murder hotel. It was just really weird.
Yeah, fair enough.
Methinks Murder Hotel.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're good at their job because we were not murdered. So I don't know.
I think there was at least one man that was murdered.
I think it was one. That corpse was very mangled.
Yeah, he was a murdered corpse. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not a necromancer. Couldn't get him back up. That's my bad.
Well, I don't know if maybe he would have wanted to get back up via, low-level necromancy.
He was also more stab wounds than man at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm going to go take a little bit of a walk first before I head to bed if anyone wants to join. But otherwise, good night, friends.
Oh, I'll go for a walk. A walk sounds good. I could use a walk. Yeah.
Walkies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could use some fresh air after thinking about stab wounds.
Well
I'm
then.
gonna stick around and make my bead. And you see she starts like laying out little herbs that she's going to mix into the clay to make her bead.
Just as a reminder, he just asked you to make a thing and return it to him.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make it and return it to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so McKenna's staying to work on her bead. Give me a crafting check.
Oh.
It won't be difficult because you're just working with, clay.
Come on, roll.
If
20.
kindergartners can do it.
19, not too shabby.
You fashion it very well. You integrate the herbs and they almost come off like they're inlaid into the clay itself rather than just something you stuck in there. It's a very good piece of craftsmanship.
Yeah. Then maybe once I'm done with it, I will putter on over back to the student.
Your familiar actually wanders over as you finish up, looks over it, looks at you, gives you the tiniest nod.
Avi, with a straighter back than before, continues to putter.
All right, while she was working on that, the three of you go for your walk.
Yeah.
You do note that the school does seem to have a decent series of paths with illuminated lanterns that seem to have been enchanted with like dancing lights that last for quite a while without the caster. Just they gently kind of go back and forth, and it creates a lovely effect over the campus grounds where it's almost like that effect where water and light where it sort of ripples and there's a little movement, but it's all very pleasant. They seem to have also been positioned that there are no deep shadows anywhere.
Whilst we are walking, I'm actually going to be like, Benji,
Yeah.
if I may, there is a small favor I would like to ask of you to help me with.
Oh yeah. How can I help?
You're a little bit taller than myself.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
About how many feet tall are you?
I'm blanking on the actual logistics.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. I am. I'm about 4 feet tall.
4 feet. Okay. And then
How many
Ophelia,
paws is that?
how tall are you?
4'9".
4'9". Okay. So if I use Ophelia, and then I can use Ophelia as the straight line, and then Benji as the other line. Okay. Once we're on the way back to the dorm, can I bore you guys for maybe 10 minutes?
Or what?
So there's a pond outside of my room,
Hmm.
and I lost my measuring stuff whilst I was being accosted on the way here by many things. So I'm going to I'm trying to figure out how much material I would need to possibly build a ramp or possibly slide towards the pond from my room window.
Does that involve laying down on the muddy
No,
ground?
you would be standing, Ophelia.
Okay.
Thank you for the follow, Kirby Lone Star.
Thank you.
Huh. Hi, Kirby.
I'm just always a little
Kirby.
wary of new follows these days. I'm like,
Oh,
If it doesn't say Haas, it's probably fine.
Yeah, without the
Um,
Haas, I think we're okay.
That's my friend.
Oh, hello, Kirby.
Delightful. Welcome to the school.
Yeah.
You'll receive your syllabus in the mail. Everyone, give me a perception check, please. Everyone who's out for walking, I mean.
All right. A quick correction. I'm about 3.5 feet tall.
All right.
Oh,
I will
baby.
count how many Benjis it is. How many Benjis and Ophelias?
All right, we got a 14 from Ophelia, Benji with an 18. All right, Benji, you specifically, as you do, you routinely sniffing the air. You suddenly get an interesting combination of smell very close by, of like soap, but also like old kind of tobacco smell. And you get that Sixth Sense dog's get of you feel like there's something right behind you.
So my little curly tail that's wagging stops wagging, and my ears perk up, and I do that thing that dogs do, where they kind of do that like shamed look, kind of side glancing as I'm looking over my shoulder. Can I figure out what the combination of soap and tobacco could be?
Yes, because immediately as soon as you turn around, you stop and then look up because there is a bigger than an actual like you guys are all a little, shorter by standards. There's a figure standing that's bigger than a normal human standing right behind you. And it's big and it's top heavy and very hairy, and you realize this is a very large knoll.
Oh, okay, makes
And he's
sense.
like, "Are you guys lost?"
No, we're walking.
And you do notice he seems to be wearing kind of loose robes, but it's done up with a big, heavy-duty belt at his waist, and he's got like this satchel with like hammers and saws, and he seems to have some bottles where the soapy smell is coming from, and you notice he's got a little cap on. You get the impression he might be like a janitor or a cleaning staff of some kind.
Or a master of magical beasts.
He's like, I don't recognize any of you guys. Are you new?
Yeah, I'm new. My name is Benji. Nice to meet you. And I stick out a hand, and in a gesture that I've been trained is the polite thing to do.
He takes your hand. His hand is huge compared to yours. It's like, oh, I'll shake one of your fingers. He's just like, best not to wander too much after dark. So if you ever need to go anywhere after dark, just try and track me down, and I'll make sure you get there safe.
Oh.
You guys just out for a stroll, or you trying to find something?
Well, getting some air.
All right. Well, don't stray too long. Night's getting even darker.
Thank you.
I'm Mr. Crawl, by the way.
Mr. Cole, nice to meet you. I'm Ophelia.
I'm Igura.
You are very pink.
Thank you. I know.
Okay. All right then.
I'll see you around. Ta-ta.
Don't let her.
Oh, of course not.
And he moves off, and it's very strange to you guys just how quiet he walks. He walks like he managed to sneak up on you without even really meaning to. He just kind of disappears off into the darkness. He seems to actually move off the well-lit path.
Well, that's good to know about.
Mr. Cole. I wonder if that's the same Mr. Crawl my mom told me she pranked. He doesn't
Ooh.
paint much.
He did look fairly old for a gnoll. He seemed to have some gray fur around his temples and a bit of a gray beard under his big gnolly chin.
Aw.
You did notice too, despite being ostensibly like a janitor or something, seemed to have like a lot of kind of somewhat hidden scars under his fur.
Well, nobody knows the trouble he's seen.
Oh.
I'm taking a hero point.
That's fine. I deserve it.
No.
Well deserved.
It was
Anyway, so yeah, you had finished your clay work then, Avi Avi. Did you want to head off to the student store?
Yeah, sure, if there's time. Also, there's a villain point for you, Matt.
Thank you.
But yeah, if the store, there's still a few hours for it to be open, I would like to go putter my way over and return the...
Well, you don't actually know what the hours of the store are currently.
That's true, I don't know what the hours of the store are.
He did tell
I'm
us.
Being...
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay, then you
I
would
don't
know that
remember, but he
it's
told
not
us.
open now. Let's just say he did to save you a trip. It's not open right now. He closes at certain time sharp.
Yeah, sunset.
Yeah.
Sunset sharp.
So it is probably past sunset.
And you guys are starting to hear now the sounds of like nighttime birds and some insects and maybe even some toads and frogs.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Gross.
Very possibly.
I mean, aside from just kind of like playfully, when he gets to the water and he hears the frogs, Benji gets excited and like puts his hand in the water and splashes at them. And he's just kind of playing in little spurts, like playing and then waiting and then playing and then waiting.
I'm just going to assume you guys are talking about like the frog pond out in front of your own dorm now. You've returned.
Yeah.
We didn't go too far after being warned not to go too far.
Yeah, when like the super jack, super old Knoll groundskeeper is like, you best be going back to your room. It's bad at night. It's like, oh, okay, we're gonna do that then.
Okay. Great. What do we see in the pond besides frogs and toads?
You see what appears to be a sort of naturalistic approach to gardening. There seems to have been some very specific placed plants around it, but it's not like it's in nice rows or anything. They've tried to make it natural, but they've also tried to make use of this natural little bit of water, and they've got some lovely like river flowers growing and stuff. You do see a few rather large toads and a couple of frogs hopping around, and there's a couple little fireflies hanging about too. It's a lovely little scenic pond out in front of your dorm.
There is one less firefly in the air now.
Oh.
Yes. And its mate will now live forever alone. You have destroyed a family.
Oh,
Like Princess and the Frog. Poor
Remember-
little firefly.
Zesty.
Remember me.
remember me.
All right, but Matt, is it relatively easy with the help of Ophelia and Benji to figure out what I would need to hypothetically build a frog pond slide?
I mean, you would need the raw materials for one thing.
I have.
You would
40
need,
gold.
yes, you do. It would need to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe like 30 to 40 feet of wood, and you would need supports, to hold the slide up. And you would need to know how to fashion it properly so it doesn't collapse the first time under your weight.
What I'm hearing is make friends with the engineers.
Make friends with the engineers, and if Splash Mountain has taught me anything, it does need to have water current so you can actually slide on it.
Yeah, well, that can be done.
So this might be a project. This might be your thing you can do for your undergraduate.
This probably will be what I do now.
All right, but otherwise, do you guys think you'll turn in for the night?
Do I see any plants that I could use for anything helpful, maybe, perhaps?
Give me a nature check. Oh, pretty good. You do think that unless you're trying to like make a DIY snorkel with some reeds, these are all probably pretty decorative. There's no herbs or magical elixir components here. I mean, it's very nice, but
We like it.
No hobbit leaf.
All right, I go back inside to work on my beat before I go to bed.
okay.
Crack out the sparkles.
Fair enough. Does anyone else have anything else they want to get up to before they go to bed?
I think I'll work on my beat as well. Once I'm done like hand rolling it into a circle, I'm going to use my little claw to engrave on one side the outline of a paw print, on the other side like an ace of clubs, like a little letter A and like a little club.
Very nice.
I also work on my bead. I'll summon Gamma temporarily, and like with Gamma's hand and my hand, we'll like roll it together.
Aw.
Yeah, I feel you do a good job.
Yeah, mine look like a rose. Get a rose.
Let's see
Nice.
how well I do.
Let's see how bad mine was bad. Oh,
Oh,
man.
I think mine might be worse.
Oh.
All right.
Ooh,
Benji,
yeah.
you put your clay in front of you. You stare at it, and you stare at it, and a strike of inspiration hits you, and you just whack it.
Yeah, that's about right.
Intelligence
Like, you know how
is my
a
dumb
dog-
stat.
For you, mostly, you try and pass the work off to Gamma, and he also just swishes it.
I
And
mean,
you're
Got
like,
the frog slime, like the goo that just isn't vibing with the clay.
no.
Oh.
I am not. Intelligence is my
But-
dumb stat.
You guys don't fail at just doing what you were asked. You just don't. You fail to add any nice embellishments. So yeah, everyone goes to sleep. Their first night in the dorms. The bed sheets are all still nice and crisp and clean and everything, and they smell of being freshly laundered and dried in the sun. It's lovely. One thing over the course of the evening, Igura, you sort of come to awareness, and you find yourself in darkness. And for a second, you're wondering where you are, and then you also kind of realize you seem to be floating in water. And this is not a big thing for
Oh,
you.
I've had this dream before.
Well, you're an aquatic being, so this doesn't seem too alarming for you at first. But then you notice you feel just kind of heavy, like your limbs are weighed down by rocks or something, except your arms are both spread out in opposite directions. Like you're having to just paddle with your feet to keep yourself up. And you start to realize your arms are being pulled with ever increasing tension in two different directions.
This is what we used to do in the cult.
You turn to look, and you get the vaguest impression there is something or someone standing at kind of in the distance, where almost where your arm is pointing, and it's just you get the impression someone is staring at you with great intensity, but you can't make out any features. You can't even tell the shape. There's just a presence there. And you just hear a voice kind of low and croaky and gravelly, like, "Do you know me?"
There were a lot of people that my family may have killed in this way. I don't necessarily know you, I'm afraid. I'd love to meet you if you want to introduce yourself.
The voice speaks again, but suddenly it is right against your ear, and it is an angry whisper. "You know me." And you wake up in a snap in like a cold, clammy sweat.
Oh man, leaving a cult's hard work, guys.
Next morning, you hear, probably from Anchor Root's room, and you realize it's her pet chicken. You guys do find a little impeccably written, handwritten note under your doors, just reminding you to, as soon as you're ready to go, please come to the front entrance. It's from Essie.
Just pack my bag for the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Prepare my spells with
Get
agate.
Gamma
Ready to
out
go.
here.
Get on out the door.
My hair and my makeup.
Give me a performance check. I don't know what would be makeup.
Performance check for doing makeup. Okay, this will be fun.
Maybe, yeah. I will even give you an invisible bonus for this because you're so practiced at it.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah.
nice.
You're looking fab, and you're like, I think I've outdone myself this morning.
First day of school, you gotta have a Luke.
True.
You guys come to the front of the school, and you see Essie there, and standing next to her is a well-muscled and clean-shaven dwarven man. He kind of notices you guys approaching, and says, the green shoots blossom in the rain. It was meant to be me and Root Anchor meeting you, but I guess not. He looks at Essie. She replies, I swapped with Anchor Root. And she just kind of lets that drop. Over the next 5 days, as I've mentioned, you'll be helping with each of the school's 5 branches. Hibrim, points to the dwarf, and Anchor Root seek to join the Rain Scribes. It's the branch that explores the world and helps other travelers make their way through uncertain territories. That means Rain Scribes have to work well with nature and people. And Hibrim, the dwarf, continues, we can really use your help. The Kafisi market won't deal with anyone they know is part of the Magambia. He gestures at the school beads you guys are wearing. Since you're new, you might be able to get in without a problem. You'll be looking for chickens. Did you know there is such a thing as an endangered chicken? Of course, any chicken that comes too close to me is endangered. Anyway, a farmer outside of Nantambu, Bisola, said her family used to keep Ofajiri chickens. Said they could hatch anything, even a dragon egg. I don't know about that, but she wants to raise Ofajiris again, so we're going to get her some. Ofajiri eggs aren't very hardy, and the birds aren't good layers. So they mostly got put in soup, and now there's hardly any left. Well, we caught wind that someone at the Kafisi market has a few chicks. Go and bring some back. And he gives you a description, and this is important, he says, of the chickens. They are small, with white faces, dark blue feathers, and lavender combs, and that's the thing that dangles under the chin, you know. The chicks should have dark blue feathers with a white underbelly. And specifically the assignment is for 4 chicks, which hopefully will ensure that at least 1 male and 1 female chicken. But, you know, the more the better. And it gives you the lowdown on the Kafisi market. It is a wandering bazaar that has unfortunately clashed with the Magambia in the past. Its merchants are shrewd bargainers at best, and some are downright unscrupulous. You are being instructed to investigate sellers and their goods carefully before making a purchase. Essie hands out to you guys a pouch with 20 gold pieces and encourages you to hurry. That while they have heard, you know, the rumors that the Ojiferi chickens, that means probably other people have as well, and they may sell out.
So just to recap, small, white faces, blue feathers, white underbelly.
Lavender comb.
Lavender comb.
Well, the chicks probably won't have the comb yet. Yes, and stresses again, try not to mention your affiliation to the school.
So should we take our beads off?
I mean,
Probably.
couldn't hurt. This
Yeah,
isn't one of the ones where we're trying to build up a good reputation for the school, so having them on probably will not benefit you, especially considering the existing hostility towards the school. We just
Seems a shame.
we want these chickens.
Okay.
I think we can get some chickens.
All right.
Let's get 6.
We
All
can
right.
try.
And also, somewhat more of a complication, we can't actually give you much in the way of the guidance where in the city the bazaar currently is. We just know it's somewhere in the city right now, so you're going to have to do a little investigating.
Okay. I
So,
can do that.
We got this.
Yeah.
I'm really good at finding things that are cute. So as long as they're cute, we'll find them, no problem.
For sure, for sure. I also know a lot about Nantambu because I grew up in the area. So hopefully we won't have too hard of a time.
If
Sounds
we
more
can-
helpful than what I said.
No. Your thing is super helpful because I'm sure the chicks are super, super cute.
If we do
Hopefully.
get lucky, we should grab some extra ones for maybe anchor root.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Well,
Speaking
Keep in
of this-
mind, the chicken she has is her familiar. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of chickens, I got a snoot that's good to boot, and if you have a chicken already, I can smell it, and maybe my nose will know the way to get it.
unfortunately, we don't have any of the Offici chickens. Oh, Jeffries. Oof, hard word to pronounce.
Ojifri? Ojifri?
Yeah, it is OGOFIRIS.
Ogof.
OJ, pardon me. OJ.
OJOF. Ojof. What was after the F? A.
IRIS. You know what? I will post it in
IRIS.
chat real quick.
Ojofaris?
Ojofris?
Jeffries.
Ojifris. Ojo chickens!
A standing
I love
advisory for this entire adventure path. Please be kind with us for the pronunciations.
Wow.
Ojofaris. Yeah, Ojofaris is kind of where my brain goes when I read that. But hey, I'm not trained in that dialect, so
Let's call them Ojo chickens.
Ojos, I like that.
Ojos.
Right.
Once we do find them, if we need to barter, I can always help with that. But if I'm being honest with you all, I'm not really good in cities or nature or at finding things. So
All right. So you guys are free to enter into the city, or if you have anything you want to do around campus before you go. But as mentioned, time may be of the essence.
Yes. Time is of the essence, so I will drop the beat off later, I think.
I think I'm
That's
gonna
good
do that as well. Also, just so it's said on stream, I'm also preparing spells, getting my cards ready, and practicing my dexterity, like little tricks here and there. Anything else we need to do before we go?
Did you guys want to do anything to try and disguise your affiliation with the school?
beads off.
Beads.
Take the beads off, yeah.
Yeah, taking the beads off.
Okay.
Ooh, why don't we leave them in our rooms so we don't lose them, because we definitely need them. And if we have them on our being, then that is kind of incriminating.
Do you want to put them in one of Gama's stomachs?
Oh,
You guys were provided in your rooms with a small chest with a lock and key for personal effects.
I
Sure.
put mine into one of Gama's stomachs.
I
gonna-
will
Mine in
leave
my
mine
ch-
at home then.
Yeah, I put mine in my
Same.
chest.
I'm gonna put mine in my chest as well.
Chest with the key.
So quick question. I'm curious. You have like the magical teleporting frog, right? When he goes away.
Oh yeah, the beads will stay in this plane, so they'll just
Oh,
fall into the ground. But
okay, cool.
for now, they just operate like any other frog. And if Suyu from My Hero Academia has taught me anything,
Nice.
My Magambia Academia. For everybody new to the stream. That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
All right, let's head out into the city.
Let's head out
All
and
right.
let's figure out where this bazaar is.
yeah,
Can I
one
make
short
a-
day.
Non-Tombu City lore check, perhaps?
The checks that would be helpful in here is you could just try doing a general perception check to do some investigation. You guys could try doing a diplomacy check to gather information, or in this case, is it justice, diplomacy, or society? Yeah, or you can. I give you an Ntambu kind of lore. And if anyone also wants to aid, if they don't think they're going to be terribly good with it.
Can I
Any
do like a
chance-
society check? Because I
Yeah.
grew up nearby,
Mhm.
not in the city. Though.
Yeah, I was going to ask if I could make society check as well. Again, because this is a part of our world that we are familiar with to a degree.
Sorry, say again.
Society.
We make a society check.
Give me a quick second here. I thought I saw something about society check. No, according to this, just for these particular things, it would be just diplomacy or perception.
Okay.
You can aid if you want, and depending on your degree of success, it'll determine how long this task takes.
All right. Well, I'll try
Seeming.
diplomacy then.
I'm going to try
I'll aid on
diplomacy as well.
Ooh.
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 Okay,
A little bad. Oh well.
so good news. Benji found a dog lover in the market. So you guys manage, and that was actually the harder. Actually, no, that was slightly easier now because you guys took your beads off. But yeah, you managed to find someone in the market who, upon seeing Benji and listening to his request and eyes kind of filling with stars, is more than happy to tell you of the Kafisi market and where you might find it, and the specific person you're probably going to want to deal with your best chance. There is a chicken breeder, and they are rumored to be the only one with the Ofo chicks, a McKenna. Yes.
I'm sorry,
McKenna?
what?
McKenna
McKenna.
Bisola?
Her name is McKenna.
Spelling, please?
It's slightly different. Makena.
Mm.
She's a human female, and she is known as a bit of an animal breeder.
Fucking with me. You are fucking with me right now. There
It
is
is-
no goddamn way.
No, it is honestly true.
It's your destiny. Just
it is
saying.
my destiny to be a chicken breeder. I mean, how many people have their names show up in a Pathfinder AP? That's fun.
All right, and I'm happy to please because you guys managed to get a success. Oh, okay, so, okay. It took, because it was just a success, not a critical success, took you 2 hours to find the market, even with the good directions.
That's fair.
Just making so, you eventually reach the market, and once you actually get there, it seems a lot more busy, and there's a lot more interesting kind of stalls set up. You are directed to kind of a nondescript big tent that, from a distance, Benji, you can smell just all sorts of different animals coming from inside this tent, and you can hear all sorts of clucks and mild growls and meows and stuff. You guys want to go into the tent?
All right, smart
Yeah.
team. Identify chickens, and we'll figure it out from there.
Right.
Let's go look for some chickens. We want these chickens for. Well,
A
should we
nice
have
lady who wants some chickens.
is that what we're telling this person that we're buying?
Let's just say that we're collecting them for personal interest.
Sounds sus. Okay.
Just as a point of interest, everyone give me a perception check.
We are accountants.
Yeah. We're accountants.
Shut up. Chicken accountant.
Accountants, yeah. It's a perception
Ooh.
check, right?
Yikes.
Huh?
Ooh.
There we
Benji.
go.
Good boy
Ben-
coming through.
Yep.
Anyway,
Benji, you actually do notice two people who just get lost in the crowd just as you notice them, both carrying cages with the chickens, with some chickens in them.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
So I tell everyone. I'm sorry. I keep spelling your toes. I'm so sorry. What were you saying?
I'm just going to say that there is a limited number of chickens, and for every hour, one of the chickens is gone.
Oh my god, find those chickens right now.
But you are at the tent.
Oh,
All right.
Should I go mug 'em?
So, yeah, let's go in the tent. I was gonna say, did anyone want to just check and see if there's any rogues in the party spiritually? Did anyone want to go and steal those chickens from those people?
I mean, I
Are
can
they-
do it in a
2 people with the chickens are just lost in the crowd now.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Well,
You just
yeah.
caught them out of the corner of your eye.
So they're definitely
So-
here.
Can I maybe do survey wildlife? If I spend 10 minutes assessing the area, I can find out what creatures are nearby based on, like, possibly, it says nests, scat, or marks. And then I attempt a survival check against a DC determined by you, depending on how obvious the signs are.
You could, but I'll just let you give you a good impression of this, guys. This particular area where the bazaar is sort of happening right now is even more kind of happening and bustling than the other parts of the city you walk through to get here. Because the market moves a lot, when it does set up, people come from all over the city to get, the limited supplies they have and the best deals and stuff. So it would be hard to pick up almost anything here just with the amount of people moving around and stuff. Plus, you think this right here is your objective.
Well, let's just jump on in.
Yeah, let's start looking.
Yep, let's hop to
You
it.
can certainly, McKenna, if you want, you could certainly try to confirm that these are the chickens you're looking for inside.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
That be survival or nature or...
Well, we'll see what happens once you get inside.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine.
All right. You guys enter into the tent, and it does very much have that kind of smell you get when you go to like a zoo, where it's kind of earthy and there's hay and animal smells, but it's kind of nice. It's not overpowering. It's not like this is squalid or anything. It seems like a well-run operation. They're not just jammed into small cages and stuff. There's animals are here and everything, but they seem well looked after. They're being treated like good merchandise. As soon as you enter, woman with a rather stern face and a shaved head and some big hoop earrings turns around and looks at you, and she's got kind of a serious expression on her face. You get the impression that this is not a fun person. This is a serious business person. Just kind of looks at you like, what can I do for you?
Hi there, we're here to purchase some chickens.
Oh, yeah? Anything specific you're looking for? Old, young, different breeds? I got some interesting, like, obsidian feather ones, and points in the back, and actually just sitting in kind of a little basket, there's this big, just pure black rooster. And it just kind of turns and looks at you, and you're like, that is the most intense bird I've ever seen.
I'll pipe up and say, we're looking for Ojo Ferris?
Chicks.
Just give me a quick second here. I'm reading something. All right. Okay, yeah, I got about 6 of those left. You're in good moment. How many you're looking for?
6.
All right, perfectly. You're in luck then. They're about 4 gold apiece.
All right.
Can we
Excellent.
inspect
We'll
them
take
before purchase?
Yes.
You may certainly look at them from
Yep.
a variety of angles, but I'm sure you'll understand that I will not hand my merchandise to you.
We
Of course,
understand
of course.
Good.
Ladies.
And she brings out some a lovely kind of wicker kind of little enclosure thing. It is a cage, but it's not like just. It's got nice padding and stuff. And there are 6 little chickens with the white underbellies and the nice fur. They do look. One thing you do note about them, they look a little slight. Seems like these are very small chicks. Like they're quite young and probably not terribly hardy. They look perfectly healthy, but they're just, like, these are a delicate breed probably.
Out of curiosity, can I use my nose to sniff them to see if the smell is vaguely similar or uniform?
You could certainly give me a perception check, yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure that we're not getting hosed on fake chickens.
Also, I'm going to ask if it's alright to cast a cantrip on the chickens.
Are you asking her that?
Yeah, I say, is it alright if I use a tame cantrip on the chickens so they're maybe a little bit nicer and more willing to turn around and strut for us?
Absolutely not.
Fair enough. That is why I asked before.
And she kind of narrows her eyes and looks at you guys. Like, you're an interesting conglomeration group here.
I ran away from a cult.
And okay,
We're childhood friends.
We're a dog and a frog and a bat with a cat. And she's here too. And I point to Zoe next to me.
Yeah, you wanted to be an idol, right? That was your goal.
Just interesting group you might not see often together. And one of you is just comes right and wants to cast some magic on some of my animals.
I do have a question for you, actually.
A lot of questions. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to know what your favorite chicken is.
Ones that sell.
Fair enough. Well, we'll
That's
get our
an
business done as
excellent
quickly as we
answer.
can.
And we do have golds.
All right. Now, you guys were given 20 gold, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you want to buy all 6 chickens?
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're about 4 a pop, right? I think
Yeah.
they
They
said
are full gold,
We could-
4 gold a chick.
I have gold.
could
It's
get-
fine.
Gold.
5.
We can get 6. I won't.
Okay. Okay.
But my perception check was either a dirty 20 or a 19. I'm not sure. I don't know if the 20 was my last perception check, but either way, they're both pretty good. The smell is non-sus.
Yeah, it's not. You don't smell like that these have been dyed or painted or anything. There are a lot of smells in here. It's very exciting for you. But yeah, there's nothing seems that weird about these chickens. They smell like chickens.
Cool. Can our smart people maybe look at them and try to determine if they're all the correct breed?
I mean, do they have the dark blue feathers?
You guys could certainly give me a nature check. You were given a good description, so it wouldn't be a difficult check.
Okay.
You know what?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Ophelia's got us.
Ophelia, you know, having a great eye for detail, you quickly assess these chickens and do the Sherlock scan, white underbelly, for particular feather color. Yeah, that seems to match. But because you guys did something that required a check, while you guys are standing there, someone walks in, immediately hands her small sack of coins and points at one of the chickens, and she scoops it right out into a little mini hutch, hands it to the guy, and walks out. There are now only
I want
5
to tail
chicks.
him! I want to tail him!
There are only 5 chicks left.
All
Admittedly,
right.
you only need
Let's
4.
just buy all
That's
5.
20
Let's
gold
just
right
buy the
there.
5.
We're buying
Let's
all
buy-
5. We're buying all 5.
Yep, there you go. Here's
And
20
I'm
gold.
tailing that dude.
All right. Please come again if you have gold.
Of course, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a great day.
You
Thank
two,
you very much.
are you planning on buying anything else?
How much is the
Not
obsidian
today.
chicken?
The obsidian chicken is 20 gold.
Ooh, do you have doves or rabbits?
I mean, we have both, yes, though the rabbits are more like hares, I'll be honest.
Oh.
Rabbits
Oh,
don't do
okay.
terribly well in this climate.
Oh, it's a good point. No, that's actually good to know. I'll have to pull one out of the hat, and I don't want it to get too hot in the hat. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll come back for a hare and maybe a few doves.
I buy the obsidian chicken.
You why?
Oh, you didn't see chat making the big black cock
Oh,
joke?
I sure did. But why?
Oh, excellent.
I mean, well, we know that one of our dorm mates likes chickens. I'm say this outside, of course. We know one of our dorm mates likes chickens, so I thought, get her a present.
I love chicken.
McKenna has no real reaction to this and just takes her gold and hands you the chicken. Oddly enough, she doesn't put it in a cage of any kind. She just sort of hands you the tray with its little nest on it. And it stares at you, it leans in and looks you directly in the face like it's challenging you.
It's now my friend.
How do
if
we
it's
make friends
domesticated.
with the chicken?
What is this? Oh, it's the tame cat.
It's
Can
the
we
tame cantrip.
diplomacy the chicken? Oh yeah, you can do that because it's yours now.
Oh, wow.
The chicken passes his will save with the roll.
Oh god,
That chicken.
that's a
He's got a better will save than I do, I think. No,
Yes.
he doesn't, but it's close.
well. Either way, I'll just
I
put it
think
into
this
the bag and
chicken
get
is
going.
look, I'm saying it right now, y'all. That chicken is end game content.
Battle chicken.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Cthulhu chicken.
Just before we leave, can I do a quick perception check to see what else is in this bazaar? If it's
In the
like,
bazaar
just-
itself, not just
Yeah.
the
Yeah, the
tent.
bazaar itself. Do I see that person that walked off with the baby?
The chickens?
Yeah, the baby, the other baby.
It's fine. We have 5 of
All
them.
right. Yeah, if you want to give me perception, or you could just do a society check to just kind of assess and look at signs and stuff. Like perception, this is a bazaar. Most of them are trying to hide what they're selling.
I will do
I'll
a
do
society.
a-
That's a 16.
Yeah, I'll do a society as well. I don't get to roll that enough. Oh God.
I will say that the 16 is more than sufficient just for an assessment of the bazaar. You're certainly not going to find any smugglers, but the market has common items of 5th level or less, including items Zokan doesn't carry at the powder pile, such as weapons and armor.
Interesting.
Now, when you guys exit the tent, is anyone trained in nature?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so just let me make sure I'm reading this right. And if anyone who's not trained at nature, if you want, you can give me a medicine or nature check, but if you're not trained. But actually, probably doesn't matter. Those who are trained in nature, now that you get back outside and feel the kind of cool dampness of the air, and putting that together with how fragile these chicks look, you realize without special care during the damp and cold trek back to the academy, it's very likely these chicks are just going to get sick and die. So they may require some tender love and care on your way back to the school just to make sure they live.
So we have the wicker basket, right?
Yes, they've got
Yeah.
some straw in there and everything.
Can
And
I,
they are already huddling up together, all 5 of them.
can I hop in with Agate? Like, if you've ever seen a cat foster like baby chicks or like other babies, like we've seen that on like the Facebook videos.
Give me a nature check, not to scare them with this.
I want to guide that check.
Oh,
Sure.
guidance. Thank you.
Ooh, heck yeah.
Okay. you
Out of
said
curiosity,
nature.
Ophelia, because I always like to let people flavor cantrips in their own way and spells and stuff. What form does your guidance take?
So, my guidance takes the form of little musical notes that go and they kind of spin around my target. So I'm specifically casting it towards this cute little bat and her little kitten, and yeah.
So just to clarify too, you are like manifesting little magical musical notes in the air.
And I am singing "Count on Me," Bruno Mars. Sure.
Yes.
Oh, thank you for the subscription, Rabble Rowls.
Oh, thank you.
On a side note, Matt, I don't know if this will help at all, but if they have the minion trait, I can cast Protect Companion onto them.
I think they don't have that quite a relationship with you yet, Will.
Fair enough.
But I like where your head's at. All right, and you were going to do a nature check to try and get Agnet.
So
You know what?
16 with the guidance.
With the guidance, that is more than enough. So you watch as you'll have to carry it now rather than just the top by, in your arms, the little hutch. Agnet carefully walks in there, rubs their cheeks against the chicks who seem to stop shivering a little bit, and then Agnet kind of wraps themselves with their tail around the chicks, and they really snuggle into the side of her fur, and they seem to get warm. And you guys are reasonably confident now that just walking through the cool air will not harm these chickens.
Oh, this is wholesome. Do we see any like blankets, scarves, anything for
I mean,
sale?
Yeah, the Magambia has a number of kind of textile shops. There's one nearby that appears to be a tall gentleman who seems to be wrapped in a lot of scarves, except for what appear to be maybe some very dark, beady eyes poking out from it. And they seem to be selling some very finely woven rugs and scarves and the like.
Do I see any pink scarves?
There is a pink scarf, and it seems to be emblazoned with like stars and moons and lovely swirls.
Hello, good sir. I like your wares.
And it turns head in a very seems to move in an interesting way, the person under all these scarves, and they kind of tilt their head. Hello, and there's an odd little like clicking sound when they speak.
What do I perceive
what
about
this
this
is.
person?
I'm
Can I check?
trying to think what this would be. Society check, actually, I think, for this. You know for a fact that in the wide range of ancestries and peoples that exist within the expanse, there is a somewhat shy race that exists that could be characterized as humanoid spiders, but more of the kind of fuzzy and kind of like tarantula-like. And they can manifest or walk out in the world in sort of a between phase where they are humanoid and bipedal, but that they have more spider-like features and stuff. And they are well known for their extremely well-made textile work. They're very good weavers.
Oh my goodness. Did you make these scarves yourself?
You do me honor with the compliment. It is the work of my family.
They're beautiful.
I thank you.
How much for the pink one?
That will be 2 silver pieces.
2 silver pieces. I would love to buy
We
that.
are running a sale today.
Oh, excellent. Yes, I'll take that one, please. Thank
All
you.
right. Yes, you receive a wonderful, very soft, but seems very strong pink scarf.
And I wrap that around the chicken cage for
Oh.
some extra warmth.
He seems to kind of appreciate what you guys are trying to achieve with that and gives you an approving nod. Or they. It's a little hard to tell the gender.
Oh, yeah, they.
So Benji, first of all, my only solution to this old chicken thing was to cast produce flame. So I think this is a much better solution. I just want to put that on the record. But
The wicker basket in the straw.
She's like, I want to
mean,
keep it warm.
To be fair, the air is it's pretty wet out today, so things won't catch as fires quite as easily.
True, but I do want to go to the Anadi, and I want to, as Benji walk up and just kind of start sniffing the air and say,
Hey, so friend got a scarf from you. It smells really good. I was wondering, so I want to be a famous magician one day, and I'm gonna need a very nice stage suit. Do you have a very nice stage suit that I may wear? It has to not catch fire for reasons that are personal. But if I could have like a nice suit that I could wear on stage, that would be awesome.
Kind of tilts his head and seems to be kind of studying you. And they usher you under the kind of the overhang of their tarp to avoid the rain and stuff, and pulls out like a measuring tape and starts taking a few measurements of you, and kind of leans back and seems to be thinking, I'm regretful to say, my friend, that at the moment we don't have anything in the way you describe in the specific size you were probably looking for. But if you wish to place an order, I can, if you want, I could have it delivered to your residence at some point once the custom order is made. And I should inform you, though, that custom work, there will be a bit of a charge, an additional charge for that. But I can assure you we are the most reasonable in the bazaar. Ours is a labor of love.
Okay. Bones around the doghouse. I can't really tell you where I'm staying because apparently, I'm not supposed to. But what I can say is that I'm happy with putting some money down now, and then we can discuss the rest later.
One moment, please. And he wanders into the shop, and Benji, because you're the only one under the tarp who sees this, you notice this figure walks into the shop, seems to lean down to a basket in the back, just pulls the lid up a little bit, and seems to whisper into the basket a little bit, and then it kind of tilts its head like it's listening to something. Then it
Spiders.
drops a little something in its pocket into the basket and closes it again and pats the top. It's like, I believe that would be sufficient. If you are willing to place at least half the cost down ahead of time, we will be willing to then hold the design for you. Do you have a few minutes to discuss particulars, though, like color and number of buttons, perhaps?
I think we gotta take those chickens. Maybe I can come back tomorrow, and we can talk then. How much is the total gold cost?
For custom work, seems to like do arithmetic in his head. And considering the amount of fabric being used, kind of looks down at you. A gold piece would probably be sufficient.
Oh,
Especially for a first-time customer, we wish to create a good working relationship.
of course. I'll tell you what. I will give you 2 gold pieces, and I slid them
Oh.
across, and the rest we'll figure out later.
Well, and he kind of looks around at the other stalls. Then, in that case, he takes a little bit of parchment out of his pocket and seems to scribble on something. Don't go spreading this around, but it's very likely this will be where the bazaar will be tomorrow. And he kind of slips you the piece of paper because it does move around every day. It's a flash farmer's market.
So cool.
I take that and I kind of sniff it for a little bit, and I put it in my pocket-covered blue vest, and I go, okay. I'll see you next time. And I leave. I scamper out.
Thank you for your business.
Bye.
All right. So yeah, you guys have your well-insulated chickens, which, because you well-insulated them, the time spent shopping has not killed any of them.
Let's run back. Let's run back to the dorms.
Let's go back.
Carefully trot back.
Okay.
Is it a situation where I might slow the team down if I don't cast Longstrider right now?
No, you guys are all right.
Okay.
It's now that like you guys did the check, so you understood that what you needed to do to keep these little guys safe, and you literally have a small heat producing thing in there now, so that's not destructive like fire. So yeah, you guys return to the Magambia, assuming there's nothing else you wanted to do along the way, and you hand off the chickens. Just gonna make sure if there's anything.
We had more time. We could have maybe commissioned a chicken outfit.
That would've been smart.
so cute.
Essie meets you and just checks if there was any change.
No, they were 4 gold apiece.
And we
That's
got
fair.
5 of them, just in
Any-
case.
That's delightful. Was there any trouble?
None at all.
No, not really.
You just see a girl holding the big black obsidian chicken.
And its bearing is just so regal. You've noticed now, even as you're like carrying it through the streets in this little tray, just open air,
King
and
of
the rain just seems to slide off its glossy feathers, and it just like it's like, yeah, people carrying me is the most natural thing in the world.
Does this chicken have a name?
We need to give it one.
We didn't
Brutus.
ask McKenna what its name was.
His name is Trigger.
Trigger.
Bigger.
Yep.
I like how Zoe is not impressed.
Essie just kind of also looks at this large, regal, slightly oversized obsidian chicken. Is like, can I ask what the chicken is, like the large chicken is for?
Triggering traps.
Oh no.
I wouldn't mention that to Ankaru. That might make her
What is
cry.
wrong with you?
I'm just kidding. I bought this for Anchor Root.
Oh, well, I'm afraid. Hopefully, it's a friendly chicken, or it might, bully her.
Or her other chicken.
It's very possible. I mean, I think someone mentioned needing a mascot that isn't Anchor Root for the dorm, but that's a discussion for the dorm meeting at the end of the week.
Maybe Trigger can be a mascot and he can be
Oh, God.
everyone's chicken.
The name
Yeah.
is stuck.
Well, it doesn't have to. Maybe if we vote in right now, let's call it the rooster. Then maybe we can decide on a name. Because what if someone doesn't like Trigger? Maybe they'll like another name, like
Not
I don't know.
Trigger.
not Trigger.
That's
Honestly, I mean, the bird probably does have the highest strength modifier out of all of us here.
the bird is probably
Yeah.
stronger than me. I have an 8.
As you guys are standing here talking about this, a large dragonfly whips out past you guys, and before anyone else can react, the chicken, which I suppose is a rooster, I should say, just it flashes out in the air and just slashes the dragonfly in half with its beak. It doesn't even catch it or try and eat it. It just slashes it in the air with its beak, and the dragonfly falls into two pieces after moving just a couple inches more.
What? I think I might keep this chicken as an animal companion.
Yeah, so far it's already got like a +3 to hit and damage. My God.
Yep.
Jesus.
Starts grooming itself a little bit.
Oh, I have to come up with a better name now.
This
Hold
bird
on.
is also probably fully bigger than I am.
Tiny dinosaur.
It slowly turns its dark gaze to you, McKenna,
Oh,
and you
no.
get that hair-raising feeling on the back of your neck, like the fight and flight instinct is triggering a little.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to do some research, come up with a name that I think might
What
be.
sorts of raptors?
I'm thinking of one right now too.
So if you want,
Kentucky.
you can call it Apinayan, which is killer in Yoruba. I don't know. I'm not going to claim to know the dialect of this part of Magambia, but Yoruba is one I'm halfway familiar with. Let's see. You have Olutoju, which is
Raptor.
butcher. What's that?
Bambi raptor.
Bambi raptor.
Anything for nighttime?
Well, there is one I think you're going to like, but it's also very it's not going to translate well, but the name for Dark Knight, like Batman, is Night Doo-Doo.
I'll just call it
Don't
night.
tell him that.
I know.
Oh boy.
Night
I was
is
like,
good.
I shouldn't say this. Night?
We'll
Well,
live a night.
We'll go with night.
hold on. Nighttime itself is Oru. O-R-U.
Oru.
You know, I made a very basic GM mistake here tonight. I did not consider players' interest in pets. I forgot about that.
You
I
put a
very
big
much
black cock
so.
in the middle of the campaign, Matt. What did you
Spoiler
think was
alert.
gonna happen?
When we hit level 2, I'm taking the druid dedication, and I'm going to be picking up the animal companion feat tree.
Mm-hmm.
And
And it's
until
going
I
to be
hit
this.
level 9 and get a literal dragon, I need something.
Oh my God! You realize we're all just sitting here playing with a GM's big black cock, right?
You know what? That's why this bird is so crazy, Will. He's going to be a dragon. That's why he's so. That's the
There we
energy
go.
that he has. This is the seed that has been planted. I'm calling it right now.
we need
This
to name
chicken
him.
is a dragon.
It's a
We
pity
need to
none
name
of-
him Ted Cooper, and we
Yes.
super believe in Ted Cooper. And
I
one day he's
believe in
going to become
Tad
a dragon. Yep.
So it's a pity none of you have the skills at the moment to recognize, I don't know, like maybe true polymorph.
Oh no!
I do have Arcana. Maybe I can, as a level one little scrub, I can maybe
I mean,
get lucky.
if you guys wanted to check
What else
this-
do we perceive about the chicken? Arcana check?
Yeah, I'm
up
gonna
to you guys,
Arcana
you
check
can
a
do all
chicken.
sorts of things if you want.
I'm
See, what's
making an
my art?
occultism
I don't
check. Is
check
what I'm
anything.
doing.
All right, so I'm Arcana checking this chicken.
22
Oh,
occultism.
And
Yeah, with
you all
22
laughed at me for buying this chicken.
no, we
we
were
didn't
all
laugh,
jealous
we
of
were
you.
I'm
just
still laughing
It
at
was
you, just
so
to
good.
be clear. I'm just also enjoying myself.
With the occultism, you stare into the inky blackness of this chicken, and it seems like all light disappears from the world around you, and you're suddenly
crap.
surrounded by the vista of a sunken city. No, it looks like just a chicken.
Okay.
Arcana, yeah.
Real scary looking
You
chicken.
don't think this chicken is magical with the Arcana? You do kind of think that just with the Arcana sense, like, it's kind of big.
Big?
He's kind of a big chicken. Like, this is a big rooster.
You know
Did
what?
someone
I'll put him
cast
in
a
the
large
room, I'll get him
rooster?
a nice bed. It'll be all good.
Wink.
I'm trying so hard not to make bad jokes. They're just coming. God damn it.
I am very intentionally not reading things in chat right now.
From what I've just caught up on, the chat is actually being kind of tame at this point. I
Slightly
think.
more mature than we are. Thank you,
Yeah.
chat.
Thank you. We need to do better. Sorry, guys. I need to do better. I'm
Anyway.
the bad influence here.
Anyway.
I'm doing great. I make no
So-
apology.
Essie does mention if you are careful with your request, you might be able to get some chicken feed from Anchor Root. If you can, coax her out of her room or catch her outside of her room without panicking her and sending her back to her room. But yeah, she says, "Good job, you guys." She takes the chickens off to, I guess, probably the like zoology department of the. Well, hold on a sec.
Wait,
For
before you
the
go,
rain scribe kind of department.
are we gonna know where they are so we can visit them?
Oh yes, there's a particular wing of the school that is set aside for the rain scribe and their very specific things. There is some very nice facilities there to look after animals, and so yes, you can go visit them there. Did you want to name them? Like, I'm sure people in the rain scribe department will name them themselves. Like, Anchor Root probably will end up doing it herself, maybe. But if you wanted to name them beforehand, I'm sure no one would object.
Let Anchor name them.
There are 5 of them.
Yeah.
Though you look inside the little hutch now, and now they're all sitting on top of Agate.
Agate.
And Agate is just looking like a proud parent. Like,
Agate
my
is
little babies.
proud. She is a kitten herself. Is now a proud mother of 5.
I would really like to name one. Can I name one?
Sure. Though I will let you guys name all of them, but we'll do that like between streams or something. We've done enough with this foul business.
We can.
Stop.
Very nice.
Not the foul
Matt,
business.
Wednesday, you start with an extra hero point for that one.
Unkashin. Anyway, so yeah, Essie does let you know that tomorrow it is. She kind of looks at a scroll she takes out that you guys are likely going to be helping out her own particular branch, the Tempest Sun Mages. So, but the rest of the day is free for you guys. You managed to take care of this in only a couple hours, so you guys can take care of things around campus if you want, or you can just, spend the day relaxing in your rooms. They are easing you into the school life here. You're not actually starting classes until the 6th day.
Oh my God, how come we don't do that here in America? What? It's so good. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to turn my bead into the kobold
Yes.
at the school.
All right. 1 second. I have the special thing for this.
Yes.
Da, 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 da.
As will I assume.
All right, so, what is it? All right, so you guys go and turn in your little thing of clay, your clay bead. And when you do, Zokan gives you an appraising look and then gives you a nod. No real comment on the craftsmanship either way. But then they then hand you a tan glass bead in the shape of a bulging sack, which just seems to be I don't know, like a bead to denote the school shop.
Sorry, bulging sacks and big black clocks.
Yeah, we've
gone full.
Don't question the metaphors tonight.
I'm not questioning them.
And I'm reading what it says in the book here.
Oh, I believe you, Matt. I believe you.
Yeah.
I love that Paizo is like, oh yeah, we have a bunch of mature adults that play this game, and we show up like, oh yeah, mature adults.
This many.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Essie just mentions tomorrow morning, meet me at the same spot, same time, and I personally will have a Tempest Sun Mage task for you. I'm not filling in for anyone this time, thankfully. And just as an interesting little note, you guys, if you had done badly with your search for the shop, you wouldn't have actually known, but you had been directed to a shop that had fake chickens, and you could have spent a whole lot of time getting fake chickens that would have resulted in almost nothing.
I had a
So good
feeling
job.
with the
description.
specific description. I was like, there might be fake chickens if we.
Matt,
Yes, sir.
Chickens in
if I may,
Delightful.
I would like to go towards Anchor Root's room.
Okay. Give me a quick second here. I'm going to double check I know which one is which.
I don't want to make
Can
her
I
cry.
stop?
I have
you
not
on the
memorized
way,
it.
Will?
Hmm?
Can I stop you on the way?
Sure.
Avi runs up with like a little sachet of herbs. It's like a nice little tea.
and says, "Oh, are you going to Anchorroot's room? I was just gonna drop this off with like a note, because I didn't want to spook her. But if you're going anyway, do you think you could give this to her for me?"
Yeah, sure.
It's a calming tea. So tell her that it's what my family always used to give me. So, yeah, I thought she might like some, just to calm her nerves a little bit. But maybe don't tell her that I said to calm her nerves, because that sounds like I think that she's nervous. Have fun.
I will relay an appropriate message.
Avi like bops off.
You were directed to where Anchor Root's room was on the first day, and now, though, when you approach the actual door, you see a number of signs are on the doors saying, "Please do not open without permission. Please knock. Thank you." And they seem to have been, one sign seems to have been tacked on to the other.
Just Anchor Root.
Oh no.
Not the Sheldon bit.
Hello?
Hi, Anchor Root. It's Agura. I was just out doing some of the community service work, and I may have bought a chicken.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Sorry for getting Essie to do that. I know that's my branch work, but I just wasn't feeling it yesterday.
No.
I'm sorry.
I bought a chicken for myself, Anchor Root.
Oh, that sounds very nice. If you need any tips for chicken care, I can slip some stuff under the door, maybe, or your door, whichever works best for you.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't know much about taking care of chickens. I'm more of a frog person.
I think I saw that. I noticed that. Thank you. Or was that supposed to be a joke? I'm sorry. I'm not great with the jokes.
It was a little bit of a joke. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Oh, also, do you remember Avi?
I'm terribly sorry. I don't know which one.
Oh, the bat.
Was that? Oh, yes. I remember her.
She wanted me to give you the tea that she promised you.
Oh, I didn't promise her anything. I was just being nice.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Well,
well, that's very nice. She really didn't have to do that.
I think that Avi is just like a nice person, likes to do nice things for people. Matt, can I make a diplomacy check to like make an impression?
Certainly. Because otherwise she probably wasn't going to open the door.
Ooh.
Alrighty, I have a
Can
hero
I
point from
count as
Cooper. I have a
aiding?
hero point at the start of the
Are
session.
you there?
No, but I did bring a gift.
Yes, but to her mind,
Ooh,
that's
I'm going to
almost
use
like,
my
oh
hero points on
god,
that 11.
social obligation now.
Oh,
Don't
I
worry,
hope it
guys.
happens.
You have your whole career at the school to try and make
I have
friends
a
with Anchor
plus
Root.
7 to this. Why am
They're
I
gonna
royal
make
like
her
Cooper?
cry. They're gonna make her cry.
Does anyone want in the chat want to facilitate this social interaction with a hero point?
Well, I've already
Actually, no, you
used
can't
my-
re-roll it. Yeah.
I can't re-roll it with
So,
a hero point.
you can just leave it there. I'm just in the middle of something.
Okay.
And
I
it does
just
sound
left
like
it-
she's intentionally banging things together to make it sound like she's doing something.
I've left it behind one of the signs so it's not just on the floor, if that's okay.
Okay, thank you.
No worries, Anchor Root. Have a good day. And
Maybe I'll see you around. Maybe.
Hopefully. Well, I didn't make her cry, so that's...
No, you didn't. And you don't know it, but her chicken is trying to coax her out of her room.
oh, I want to know her chicken's name so badly.
It's Trigger.
Stop.
No, she would die if someone
Yeah.
did that to her chicken. It's her familiar, so.
Thankfully,
So yeah, does
Pathfinder
anyone,
2 familiars are much
well,
more expendable.
Will was attempting to extend that very nice olive branch. Did anyone else wanted to do anything around the campus?
Is there... Oh, hold on. Let me look at his name. Is Shizure in the common room with more fruit?
And booze.
If there
At the
is
moment,
fruit-
Shizure is not. Though the unnamed woman in the pale kind of orange dress and with the very pretty white hair is there, just kind of lounging on the couch reading a book.
Oh, hi, sorry, Avi here. I don't think we've been introduced yet, actually.
She kind of very slowly turns her head from a book. She's still got that weirdly serene kind of look on her face, and she kind of smiles at you. Very slowly, deliberately closes her book, stands up, walks over, and kind of extends a hand to you.
I extend my little, like, bat claw hand.
And she then puts her other hand on top of yours and kind of strokes your hand a little bit and just leans in and smiles like, lovely to meet you. My name's Kiara.
Kiara, you seem very nice. Have you seen Shizure around here? He seemed to know where some good fruit would be.
I'm afraid he's attending classes right now. Kind of leans in closer. Are you looking to engage in a little fermentation as well?
No. I have, like, the world's lowest body mass index. I would get alcohol poisoning so super quickly. So maybe if you had like a thimble full of wine, maybe I would have a little bit, but I'm actually just looking for like a nice juicy mango or something.
Oh, I'm sure something can be arranged. There's so many lovely, helpful people around the dorm. And she kind of reaches out and gives your face hesitant, not overly invasive, but a little stroke along the cheek. There are many delights to be found in such a magical place.
Am I seeing this going on?
So touchy-feely. Cool. I'm gonna go see if I can't track down a food. This was... I'm gonna go.
Do you need some help getting your way to the what is it actually just called, the... It's not the... It's freaking out. I forgot what the name of the place is. The kitchen or the dining hall. Dining hall. Yes.
Oh, you know what? I actually guess I haven't been there yet. So.
Oh, you should go and enjoy a meal.
I will. But why do you say it like that?
Whatever do you mean, sweetie?
Like there's
yoga?
more to it than just a meal?
Do you do yoga?
No.
Oh, you should join us sometime. I run the class, or a few others. It feels just, good to, really live in your bodies.
For sure. I am going to eat double my body weight in fruit. You have a fantastic day. And she
You too.
sprints. What the fuck was that?
Oh man.
I'm writing in my notes, Kiara, Yogi, super touchy-feely.
She hates to see you leave, but she loves to watch you go.
Stop looking at me! You're not allowed to perceive me anymore, Kiara!
My notes say Kiara is very intimate.
I'm just running to the dining hall.
Actually, there's something. I mean, yeah. What? I mean, is she cute? I don't.
The only person who's really going to interact with her at this point would be McKenna. Would be Aviari.
Well, we saw her before we came in, right?
True. She seemed very effortlessly kind of just pretty. Like she has like amazingly good bone structure, and her hair is very silky. Very striking kind of amber eyes.
I don't trust her.
She's just very beautiful.
Like.
I mean, just out of morbid curiosity, at this point, it's not even just like, is she hot? Just like, does she have a face? Like, what does her face? We have some amazing NPC art. I'm just curious what.
I don't
What
think
is
she
there
has
artwork
art.
here?
She will not. You will not find her in the NPC art.
Interesting.
So what I'm hearing is that she's gonna die in episode 5. Cool. All right.
Or she's a villain, and that's where her art is.
I mean,
Yeah.
Oh
Let's say
god,
it's
the
fake
the
vet.
chat looking to be a vet. Oh boy. Oh boy, chat.
Oh god.
Kiara, look at it be a vet.
An
Because we're-
accountant.
Not trying
I've
to
just-
get neutered.
Nope, I have too many animal jokes. Speaking
Oh,
of
boy.
completely changing the subject,
Yes.
so I'd like to look around campus to see where the performing arts building is.
Yeah, I want to go do that too.
You know what? I will load up a map of the school in its entirety, the campus. Let me put the bookmark on it so players can see it.
And I'll switch over to the map view so that the chat can see it.
All right.
Hey.
Yay, chat.
Yeah. Yeah, just you guys spend your time wandering the campus. You find it's various, like, just out of curiosity, without looking at the map, what kind of route would you take? Would you be going like counterclockwise, clockwise? Because it is kind of a circle.
To get where is it?
Well, just
we are
like
here.
yeah, you guys
Yeah.
are down in the bottom right-hand corner, sort of.
Okay. And the performing building is
Well,
where?
I'm just curious. First off, but
Oh.
are you going as well, Ophelia, on this little
Yes,
walkabout?
of course. Yes, I
Yeah.
heard performance, and you know
So-
I'm all about that.
You guys set out from the Spire dormitory. What direction do you take?
So my instinct is to go clockwise, because I'm right-hand dominant. That's
That's
my.
fair.
Now, what about you, Ophelia? Do you want to go to the right as well, or
Which
Where do you
way
wanna-
has the prettiest scenery?
I mean, it's all very pretty. This is a very kind of how to describe it exactly, harmonious with nature campus. There are basically almost more trees than there are buildings, and the grounds are well kept, but not in a astroturf artificial way. You get the impression maybe that there's some druid craft involved where they just coax the trees to grow in a certain way. They don't look like aggressively like gardened. They just like seem to have naturally grown into convenient shapes and stuff.
Nice. No, I don't really care where we go. So wherever you like.
At one point, you do notice Mr. Crawl just tending to a flower bed. He's got like some a little tray of what appears to maybe be some fertilizers, something, and he's trying to work on some shade flowers under a big tree. And it's
Oh,
quite
that's
something because he's this big. He's like one of the breeds of gnolls that's extra big. But here he is, kind of kneeling on the ground, crouched over, gently tending to some flowers and spritzing them with a little bottle.
It's nice.
He seems very intent on his work, though. Seems to have all the intensity in his face of someone, in a sword fight, but he's, gardening.
I wouldn't
But yeah.
want to bother him. I wouldn't want to bother him.
Going clockwise, you guys do actually intersect with Avi. I'm still sorry. I'm getting Avi. Keep thinking there's an R in there. Avi, who is seemingly walking with purpose towards the dining hall. Following
I
some,
fully have no idea where the dining hall is.
there
No
are
one has ever
signs you
told me.
discovered.
Aha.
Now that it's daylight out, you guys can see that there are nice little signs for new students and stuff, and there is a fair amount of just foot traffic and stuff too. You guys see students going to and from, some teachers, the occasional person just kind of floating through the air above you.
Nice.
A few people on brooms, one person on a carpet, one person is just walking on air.
Gotta love
Thankfully, they are
airwalk.
wearing pants and not a skirt or robes.
Ooh.
Thankfully.
Yeah, that's something
I-
they teach new students pretty quickly.
I fall in stride as best I can with my tiny little legs with Benji and Ophelia, and say, "Oh, are you guys going to the dining hall too?"
No, we're gonna look for the performing center to look at the performing center.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Also, have either of you guys met Kiara yet?
No, can't say I've had the pleasure.
Oh, that is certainly something she would say. If just fair warning, she will just put her hands all over your hands and face, and she does not ask, she just does it.
Oh,
So, just
as
a fair warning.
as you make that gesture, Your hand comes through and you're like, that smell of flowers?
She wears a lot of perfume, so you, with your fancy nose, sir, be very careful.
Was she
I am
well
so
well kept, like well groomed?
Oh, don't get me wrong, like aesthetically, gorgeous. But I just get weird vibes. She's a yoga instructor, so maybe if you want to do...
Yes, it's always good to stay
Yoga.
flexible.
Yeah, she said something about feeling good in your body.
Yeah, don't you like feeling good in your body? You gotta take a
Yeah,
moment
but
and
not
like,
the way she says it.
okay, well, I suppose I'll have to meet her for myself sometime then.
For sure. I'm gonna go get some food if you guys want to come with me before going to the performance hall.
It's on the way.
Yeah, let's do that. I don't think I've had food all day.
Oh, yeah, that's true. None of us ate breakfast.
Yeah, I'm peckish.
Will,
Mhm.
what is Igora doing now?
Well, at that point, I would probably be starting to run around looking around the campus as well.
Okay.
However,
What direction would you been going?
not to split the party, I will also go clockwise and
I kind of appreciate that.
yeah, no worries, Matt. I got you.
You catch up to them as they've kind of met and are talking just sort of outside the dining hall.
I think I just I looked to Avi. It's like, Avi, I did my best.
Oh, thank Garut. I hope she's doing okay.
I think she's a little bit socially anxious. There might be some trauma there that we'll need to unpack as we become friends with her. But
Does she need?
Did anyone notice a hole in the fourth wall appear there?
Yeah, you would know about trauma, right?
I would.
Yeah.
Did-
Someone walking
did she-
by just kind of looks at that comment and keeps walking.
Yeah, keep walking.
Especially blunt force. I'm very good at taking a hit.
Oh,
Does she need an emotional support friend? I'm very good at cuddles and receiving scritches. I'm really good at that. I tell you what.
Well, it's something for us to try.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I need to buy tulips. Oh, anyway. Let us go.
oh, tulips for what?
Just for my room.
Oh, fun.
All right. You guys pop into the dining hall?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to make... So, doesn't really provide much of a description. You do see that it is a nice kind of open concept thing. There is, at the far back, there appears to be the kitchen that has, the open window where you can talk to the chefs who are preparing food. But there's also kind of the usual kind of university thing where there's sort of a buffet where they do the best to keep the food fresh and everything. And there are the sideboard where there appears to be piles and piles of lovely fresh fruit.
Ooh.
As you walk in, though, crossing your path appears to be a woman dressed in a apron and kind of a chef's hat in a way. And she kind of looks at you guys and goes, "Oh, hello. Oh, are you new? I don't think I've seen you around before."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are. Hi.
Oh, this is delightful. I am Lumasi Yan, or Yao. I am the head chef here. And I'm delightful I bumped into you. I always try and make a point of saying hello to the new students. Here. And she kind of holds out and she's got this tray of, and they smell amazing, these lovely, fresh, still warm
Oh,
pastries.
she's so cute.
This is what she looks like.
Pastries,
Yes.
my favorite. Thank you.
Yeah, this is my little domain here, I suppose you could say, the dining hall. I'm here most of the day unless I'm in the back, sprinkling sugar on pastries. So if you ever need anything, I know students keep funny hours and sometimes need a very special something to perk up your senses to keep studying or accomplish some weird alchemy experiment. So if you ever need anything, please just let me know. And she hands you guys some pastries, and I know some people have different dietary concerns. So if you have anything, let me know. We have fruits, we have some dairy, we have some fake dairy that's magical. I'm not quite sure about that yet, but the students who are making it assure me that it's perfectly good and apparently a great alternative. So
I look
I
forward
have
to
a-
the grubs.
I do too. I
mean,
have
we-
a point of concern.
yes,
As a dog,
yes.
I need lots of protein. Is there lots of protein for a dog to eat here?
Yes, and possibly conditional yes. Question, how do you feel about bugs?
More bunny worms.
Bugs are good. I like bugs. They're very crunchy. Sometimes you think they're like a sky raisin, and then it's nope. That was a
Yes.
firefly.
Some of the raven scribes have been doing a study on the nutritional benefits of different insects, and some are apparently high in protein and do have, once you get over the initial kind of first time feel of it, the texture is quite nice with a little crunch. It's not
Mopany
my
worms are
favorite, but I don't judge.
There are mopany worms. They are about yay long, and she holds her hands like one human finger's width apart. And they have 3 times the protein of beef. They're really good and they're really crunchy if they're fried.
I have good news for you. And she kind of directs your attention to a corner of the lunchroom that is apparently, it seems to be intentionally separate from the other food. And not only do you see what appears to be special kind of glass cases, or like they're, you know, the cookie jars that are glass, you can see inside them.
Yes.
These ones appear to be filled with a combination of earth and leaves, but they also seem to have bugs in them.
Yeah, nope,
Like, there's-
not looking over there.
They're still alive. And crazy thing you also notice, next to it, you know those sort of like platformed cat towers? It's a similar shape, except it's got little hooks on it, and you do notice more bats hanging from it, seemingly enjoying a meal. We get types from all over the expanse here, and we try to be as accommodating as we can, even in terms of seating.
Question.
Yes.
Is the kitchen open for students to use? Is there like a student kitchen, or is there only the dormitory or the dining hall?
Well, funny you should mention that, actually. We can occasionally put aside a little bit of space if people want to do a little cooking. We do work around the kind of clock here a lot.
That's fair.
But if it's just sort of like practice you're looking for, actually, if you guys want to earn a little downtime income, we're more than happy to pay students on the side to do a little work in the kitchens.
I even
You
have
might
my
start off
baking
with grunt work, but, you know, I know some people just like cooking, and you're more than happy to keep maybe a portion of what you make for yourselves if you can, you know, be productive enough.
I just like look at the group. Oh, I'm going to have to make I'm going to have to make a family delicacy for all of you at some point.
Does it involve bugs?
It does not involve bugs.
Then I'm willing to try.
It involves eggplants and cheese and it's going to be good.
That sounds delightful, actually.
And if anyone is also maybe not that confident in their cooking, but still wants to earn a little extra money on the side, we have gardens and small fruit orchard here that if you could lend a hand harvesting, we can also pay you for that.
Oh, nice.
I know some people like to have a little extra money outside of their stipend.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm here most of the day. If not, I'm probably still here, but asleep. So let me know if you ever want a little work or if you're looking for some grub, literally or figuratively.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And she just wanders off. She does seem like she was taking a moment to specifically say hello and greet you and everything, but then she seems to hurry back to work. It does seem like the staff here is constantly in motion. Oh, she actually then runs back. I almost forgot, and this is my favorite thing. She reaches deep into one of the pockets of her apron. She pulls out a little glass bead shaped like a fruit. And she hands it to you guys. It's like a mango or something.
Oh, yes! Yes!
So
Oh, this is the coolest
I
thing.
know
This
they
is
don't-
so
Favorite
fun.
meat I've
The-
gotten so far.
I know it doesn't really do anything, but I know some students who come back here years after they've graduated and they're still wearing all their beads on a loop, and they seem to have fond memories attached to each bead. So,
This
do
is
they
such
normally
a cool
do something?
AP.
well, no, I'm just saying, like, I'm I'm just a cook. This isn't magical in any way.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's magical to me. I think this is my favorite bead I've had so far. I mean,
Oh.
it's shaped like a mango.
Oh, if you were just a little bigger, I would give you a hug, but I don't want to do anything to your
You
wings.
can give me a hug anyway. It's all good. And I wrap my little bat wings around her.
She gives great hugs, it seems.
Yes, she does. She
And
absolutely does.
She smells perpetually of freshly baked bread.
Oh,
Wow.
what a delightful lady.
This pastry is delicious. Would I be able to learn how to make this pastry with you?
On one condition.
Yeah.
If you can trade recipes. It's my favorite thing in the world. She kind of looks over at you, Frog Boy, at the same time.
Yes, I've got plenty.
I got stuff.
Sounds
for you.
good. Nothing I like talking recipes over an evening cup of tea when things have quieted down. So, anyway, I do really have to go. Pardon me.
Of course.
Enjoy your classes.
We will.
Thank you for putting that picture up, Will.
No worries.
She's so pretty.
I love the artwork. I love this AP.
Mhm.
It's so good. I mean, Avi goes and does exactly what she set out to do, which is to eat twice her negligible body weight in fruit, which, bat fact, is a thing that bats do. They can eat twice their weight in insects and fruit every single day. Because they've just got a super high metabolism.
You do notice that the rest of the bats there, not a lot, but a few of them there are already in sort of happy food comas, just hanging upside down, digesting.
Well, and are they bat folk, or are they
No, they appear to be the same as you.
Oh, nice. So they're fae then.
Yes, though they seem to have more reddish fur than you, so you think they might be from a different region.
Interesting. Can I go up and talk to them?
They seem to be in a nice nap.
That's fair. I don't want to interrupt their nice nap.
Yeah.
I don't know if they like me all that much anyway. It's fine. I'm back to the
Give
table,
me
keep eating my fruit.
a just a perception check.
Oh, that is a critical failure. You know what? We have 8 minutes left. I'll hero point it.
Sure.
There we go. 17.
You do notice both of them seem to have on a little string of beads one that appears to be like a little teardrop. And you think, oh, it's of the same material but a different shape as my Spire dormitory one. So they may be from a particular dormitory. You just need to find out which one.
Oh, because we have the sunburst bead. They have a raindrop bead. Oh.
Makes sense.
Oh, is there a different dorm for each, Brain Scribe and Cascade and Tempest and Umbrabos and Uzangani, or?
You don't know yet because you guys have been doing introductory things to all the branches, so you haven't received a bead for any of those specific ones.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cool. I settled down with a light salad, maybe some strawberry dressing if they have it.
Sure.
I get a bunch of bugs in a little bun, and I just start eating it like a hot dog.
Oh.
Pancakes.
Pancakes.
We can't give you one more perception check just because we're closing in on the end of this.
All right. Come on, roll 20. It's a 10.
It's okay because someone is trying to draw your attention. As you guys are sitting enjoying your meal, you do notice Kiara comes in, goes up, gets herself a tray of fruits and pastries, sits down, just looks across the room, and then slowly starts eating a chocolate-covered strawberry. And just doesn't break eye contact with you.
Hold on.
Where in the world did she get
Discern
those? I
secrets
want
to see
one.
what her fucking deal is. Discern secrets right now.
Discern deal.
Now,
What
this
is
is-
deal?
Discern vibe.
All right, now, remember, this gives
Vibe
you a
check.
status bonus for a perception roll, so you still have to do a perception.
Sure, I'll do another perception check to see what her fucking deal is. Come on, roll 20. Come on. Oh, no, I have no idea what her goddamn deal is, and I don't have any more hero points.
Nice.
You girl.
You just feel a rush of blood in your cheeks and I do not like this. What is going on?
Upset.
Since now that I see this woman that has been described to me earlier, can I sniff or
You may make a perception check, yes.
I would like
That's-
to perceive as well.
Yeah.
Hold on, I need to look up
Wait.
something really quick
Be
just for this
friends with
final.
her.
All right. Yeah, no, it's so good on my
McKenna.
side.
Whoa! Did I get a hero point?
Yeah.
Can I make
Yes.
that check again?
Yep.
I'm gonna make that check again. I need to see what her
Shit.
fucking deal is.
19?
That is a dirty 20
Ooh.
with
Ooh.
discern secrets.
Dirty.
Give me through the deal.
All right,
Thank you, chat.
just because it's discern secrets and this, you just got the best sort of thing. You get an odd impression about this. There's something. It's almost how to describe this. She's trying too hard. Like you get the impression she's trying to make some sort of impression or give some sort of impression to you, and you get the weirdest feeling that it's slightly deceptive.
Ooh. Hmm.
And I think on that revelation, that will be a perfect place to end tonight's episode. So everyone, thank you so much for coming out to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path. If you want to see it again next week, give us a follow if you haven't already. And of course, check out our other shows here on the channel. On Wednesday night, we have the League of Amazing Adventurers. It's our Pulp Adventure Pathfinder 2e game. This week our party is going to be continuing to journey into the tunnels underneath the Opal Empire, where they may find a trod to the Shadow Plane. Then on Friday we have the Calling Chronicle. As our parties finish their job for Build-A-Ran, they are going to be collecting their reward. And then from there, the world's their oyster. We'll find out what happens. But thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to check out our many other shows here on the channel. I'm going to do a quick jump over to Twitch to see if anyone I know is streaming. And if they are, we'll go say hi. And yes, in fact, Karina is streaming, so we're going to go say hi to Karina. They voice Paimon in Genshin Impact. They're an amazing voice actor. And also
I wonder
just
if
a fun person and good emergency food.
I wonder if
heck
she's
yeah.
found another Paimon yet.
I should talk
fishing.
to her. We did a D&D game like forever ago, her, me, and Kellen, and we didn't get anything accomplished. We were just screwing around
Ooh.
for 2 games straight.
All right, but everyone, thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you on
That
the
doesn't
next
happen
one.
in role-playing games.
Bye, you guys.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thanks for joining.